If you've been feeling a little bit of anxiety or stress and had trouble sleeping, watch this video. I'm going to share a really calming, relaxing, anti-anxiety night routine. So I feel like ever since March and quarantine and the pandemic, it's been a little bit stressful, and I've noticed a lot of people ask questions on how to reduce stress, anxiety, get better sleep. I think sleep also is something that it's such a subconscious thing, like your quality of sleep, where you could feel fine but still be getting low quality of sleep because like what's actually going on deep in your brain you might not realize, even if you think everything's okay. It's just a lot going on in the world right now. So I really wanted to make this video talking about a really, really amazing, relaxing night routine that's just gonna literally make you feel so zen and calm and reduce anxiety. There's a few different tips I'll get into, but let's just quickly start with number one, which is kind of sleep hygiene in general. I'm sure if you haven't heard of sleep hygiene, it's basically a bunch of different things you can do to improve your sleep quality, like, no watching TV in bed, no reading in bed, and there's a few different ones that it entails. Just to quickly highlight a really important one, if you are having trouble sleeping, try to make your bed only about sleep. Like, don't work in bed, don't be on your laptop, don't watch a lot of TV. Like, watch your TV in the living room or another room, and then when you get in bed, just go to bed. I know it's very tempting because we have our iPhones, and I know I feel comforted sometimes falling asleep to a show. So the first tip I want to get into is actually based on a study that I found really interesting, and it kind of goes along with sleep hygiene, which lists a bunch of different things that you should or shouldn't do before bed or in your bed to help you sleep better. But this study followed a group of medical students, which, as you can imagine, if you're in med school, this is a very high stress lifestyle and situation. You're working long hours. And it basically tracked things and behaviors they were doing before bed and then tracked their quality of sleep. I just thought it was interesting because I've never really seen a study, I'm sure there are many, but on medical students and that kind of high stress life. So for anyone who's a student who's watching this, I thought this was kind of cool. So they did a linear regression, and this showed that predictors of poor sleep were studying in bed, watching TV in bed, and then also less days of exercise. So a pretty common and average recommended amount of exercise is 30 minutes a day. And when you have fewer days of this, you're likely to get more poor quality of sleep, if that makes sense. I thought that was kind of interesting. And I mean, things that we know, but just kind of good to see it like on paper in a study. I'm very logical like that. And I kind of like to see the proof and the facts versus some people who just kind of feel things and know. So that was a really interesting one. So besides that, there's a lot of other things that I personally find so relaxing and helpful. I prefer like a very zen space in my bedroom. I find that you want to feel relaxed. It's such a huge part of it, like mentally when you walk into a space. If there's clutter, if there's a lot of bright colors and loud, messy things, it just doesn't let me feel relaxed. So picture when you're at a spa, that's how I feel like the bedroom should be. So tip number one on this is to literally make your bed every morning, or at some point have it made before you walk into your room to go to bed. It just feels so much more cozy to get into a nice freshly made bed. And I know you're rushing out the door, but even if you just do it quickly and do something, getting into that habit will really help. I can personally say from experience that this never used to be me. I even think 2 years ago, my mom came to visit me and was like, who is this girl? Because I was so clean, and growing up I was never clean. I was very unorganized. I was just kind of messy, always in a rush. And I've just learned through the years how much it makes a big difference in my life and how much more relaxed I feel at night. So you can change even if you don't think that's the type of person you are. The next thing I want to recommend is a salt rock lamp, which is just so simple and you wouldn't think would give so much benefit, but it's literally so relaxing. As soon as you turn it on, the energy in the room, the vibe, I think first of all, it's just having the lights off and having the salt rock lamp. But besides that, there's actually a good amount of science as to why it works. If you've been to a really nice spa, they even have salt rock rooms where you go and lay on the beds that have the rock, the salt rock and salt beds. So the first thing is it has this hygroscopic property, that's what it's referred to, where basically the salt in the rock lamp will collect extra water molecules in the air. And these are water molecules that could carry contaminants and pollutants. I know a lot of times, especially living in a city, you can get really stuffy if the air quality isn't good. I wake up stuffy all the time, so having a salt rock lamp can be really helpful for that. The second benefit is that they emit negative ions in the air, which helps increase the flow of oxygen to your brain, which can give you more positivity, less anxiety, less depression. So when you're thinking about negative and positive ions in the air, just to kind of bring this back to middle school science class, negative ions are going to bring about more feelings of calm, relaxed, focused, whereas positive ions can emit more feelings of anxiety and depression. So you kind of swap them here, and salt rock lamps are great for that. Honestly, as soon as I turn it on, I feel very relaxed. And one other tip my friend Lauren from the Skinny Confidential shares a lot is to put it in your bathroom and turn the lights off while you shower. Like, talk about a relaxing spa experience. So I'll make sure to link everything I talk about below the video, but there's tons of salt rock lamps you can find. The next tip I want to share is what's in my mug right now, which is Magnesium Calm. And I've definitely mentioned magnesium in my other videos, but it felt really perfect to add it to this video because it's just such an easy, natural way to feel calm and relaxed. Magnesium has so many different benefits and so many different uses, but one of the main ones it's known for is promoting feelings of calm, relaxation. Actually even has some muscle relaxant properties in there. So you can imagine just that even on a small scale could help you feel very relaxed. I like this because oftentimes a lot of medications for anxiety, whether that's for, antidepressants or benzodiazepines like Ativan, Xanax, things like that, they can help you feel relaxed, but they have a high addiction potential and they obviously are prescription drugs, whereas this is something that's just super natural. You can get over the counter. It doesn't make you feel groggy in the morning. I actually don't love that about melatonin and other supplements like that. So magnesium is really great for that. If you don't want to take the powder version, you can also try a supplement called Magnesium, which I can also link below. And this is just really known to help give you a better quality sleep. So there's two options there, but a lot of different forms of magnesium, and it's just something that's been tried and true for a long time. I also really like having a little mug warmer on my nightstand. So it's just kind of a fun little thing to have, and I like sipping something like a warm tea in bed. It really relaxes me, and tea obviously has caffeine, so I don't like actually having tea, so I found this to be like the perfect balance of that, and I just mix it with a little bit of warm water. It stays warm on the bed. Of course, if you want like an herbal tea, you could do that too, but there's something about a hot beverage that just really relaxes me and makes me feel calm and like bedtime. Maybe because I'm Persian, I've been drinking tea my whole life, so could just be a thing for me, but I feel like everyone likes kind of like a cozy little drink at bedtime. Another really easy ritual to do before bed is to have a natural lavender pillow spray. Like, this is just super relaxing. I specifically like lavender because it's known in terms of like essential oils or the natural scent in general to bring about feelings of calm. It actually works similar to magnesium. They both stimulate the GABA receptor, which is a receptor that we have in our body that basically promotes feelings of calm. In fact, drugs like Xanax, Valium, anxiety medications all also hit that receptor. So if you can kind of understand, they're all hitting the same receptor, but this is just a much more natural version. So sometimes even like a scent can hit the same receptor. So that feeling on a small scale of reducing anxiety and making you feel a little bit more relaxed is really great. And it's also just nice to have a nice scent on your pillow. I would make sure you're using a natural one and not one that's, some fragrances, if they're artificial, aren't healthy. And we definitely want something healthy if our face and head and, everything's going to be on it all night. So I'll link a few below that I like. Another cool thing about lavender and how this could help you feel relaxed at night is that it basically relaxes the central nervous system. So anything that's going to relax central nervous system, which is the brain, is going to make you feel more calm and relaxed and play a role in promoting sleep. Another thing that I love and I've been even more into lately is essential oils. So essential oils are nice because they have a nice fragrance. A lot of times people just like scent in general for feelings of relaxation. But there's actually a lot of science to essential oils. So we have olfactory receptors. We've got receptors in our nose and our brain. So actually scent can literally make you feel relaxed. Sometimes different scents can make you feel like more alert and focused. Sometimes they can reduce stress or anxiety. So essential oils actually are medicinal. Whether you're applying them to your skin, we know that everything we apply on our skin can actually get absorbed into our bodies, or you're actually just using them for scent. So getting an essential oil diffuser, I think for a few reasons is really fun. Number one, it's very aesthetic and nice. Again, the more the bedroom will feel like a spa, the more relaxing it's going to be, at least for me personally. I just want my room to be a spa. So I think seeing it and seeing the smoke come out, it's just really nice. The scent is really nice, and specifically I like bergamot for nighttime. I like the scent in general because I like warmer scents. Like even when I light candles, I kind of like more of like a vanilla or like a woodsy scent. It makes me feel a little more calm. But this one is even known to help reduce anxiety. So it's really nice at night to have it. In the morning, I like using like a citrusy scent. So I'll do like a grapefruit or like a lemon. I feel like that wakes me up a little bit more. But this is a really nice night scent. I'm a big fan of candles because I find them really relaxing, but I try not to light them like all day and night, especially candles that aren't soy, because the paraffin wax can be unhealthy when it's constantly on all day. So I find essential oils to be a really nice kind of alternative to that, where you can get that Zen-like experience, but also get some really great medicinal benefits that candles don't have. Another really simple one that I like to do is literally brush my hair before I go to bed, which seems random and simple, but sometimes it's just these little things. I'm telling you, the little rituals, like I'm always talking about morning rituals. Now we've got night rituals. Feels really nice. And I make sure to really even get from my scalp all the way to my roots and just have just, it's almost like a little massage. So try brushing your hair at night. This is also a really nice tip to help improve hair growth. Any kind of follicle stimulation and getting a little bit of exfoliation on your scalp is really helpful for hair growth. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 little tip here. And lastly, one thing that I really love to do, which might sound random, but I like to clean my feet before bed. I just think that going to bed with dirty feet is kind of gross. You can collect dust throughout, even if you're not going out, just dust throughout your apartment or different things. And you want your bed to feel really clean. There's nothing like getting into a hotel bed when it's really, really clean, or freshly washed sheets. So all these little things will really help here. I keep wipes in my nightstand so I can just wipe my feet before bed, because going into the bathtub and scrubbing my feet is definitely not something that I want to do every night. That seems a little extra. So I keep these in my nightstand and wipe my feet. And a little bonus tip for extra relaxation is to keep a moisturizer, a really good thick moisturizer, after you wipe your feet, to just apply it to your feet and put socks on after. It's so relaxing, number one. And number two, you wake up and your feet are so soft. And we know that right now we're not able to get as many pedicures as we're used to. So this is another little beauty tip, but also it's just so relaxing. Even if you just keep it on for 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you actually go to sleep, if you don't like sleeping with socks on, it's a really nice relaxing tip. And then if you feel like your hands are sticky, just use another wipe to wash your hands, and a little bonus tip there. So these are all little tips you can do to have a really relaxing night routine. Some of these are a little more science-based. Some of these are just things that I found relax me. So really make it your own. This is all about you feeling good and relaxed when you go to bed. Sleep quality is so, so important. It affects everything in your day. It can affect your mood. It can affect hunger. It can affect weight, your performance, your thinking, even your short-term memory is highly affected by sleep. So making sure you're getting quality sleep is beyond important. I hope that these tips helped you a little bit. If you like these little night routine videos, let me know. I wanted to kind of mix it up and do something a little bit more personal. So I hope this was helpful. Everything I talked about, I will link below the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.